Wind mark set. Pulse steady enough to follow, friends.
Hear those calls stacking behind the ridge?
I'll keep moving quiet. You count the intervals with me.
If I sneeze, that's pollen, not panic.
Mounts on, 2 hands free, wind mark still reads true.
But this strap squeak is a dinner bell tonight.
You hear that whistle too, or just my nerves?
I'll moss pack it before anything hungry triangulates.
Squeaks gone. Moss works. Okay, breathe.
But that rotor buzz is growing past the creek lip.
Water cover buys us scent time. Good.
But look, metal tag wedged by the moss tuft.
You hear rotors fading a hair? We have seconds.
Grab, pocket, go, before buzz swings back.
Tags out. Pulse jumps when it touches. That's our lead.
But wrist meter just tanked to 8%.
You seen that red blink too, or is it stress? We move fast. 8% is our clock. 8% confirmed. Low power engaged. Screen dim. Haptics off.
Rotors are sliding east, so road is safe for now.
Saver holds. None essentials off. Good draw stabilized.
But that split fur turns the road into a slide.
You see the sap smoking in the...
Over and down, hands clear, footing holds, we're across.
But the green bead just snapped free of the cord.
You know that's my luck charm, not leaving it. One quick grab, no footprints wasted on ego.
Bead recovered, cord later, heart steadier already. But look, 3-toe print, wide and deep, still pooling.
Triangulation locks. Valley path matches the pulse cadence.
But meter just dove to 3% at the trailhead.
You feel the air change? Pressure dropping hard now?
Choice made. Tower climb. Meter still 3 and holding.
But the lightning timer just armed, 90 seconds ticking hard.
Hear that high beep stacking under the thunder?
We top out fast or we bail on this window.
Signal jumps clean. Rail ground works. Timer buys us breaths.
But that loose rung just groaned under our weight.
You hear metal complain?
Handheld now, bad rung avoided, grip safer.
But the meter just collapsed to 1%.
You feel my knuckle scar sting when the charge drops?
Trickle found. Radio jack feeds just enough to sample.
But listen, footsteps circling below the tower.
You count 4 strides, pause, then breath on metal?
We keep the crank gentle or call that thing up.
Lamp's dead, pulse held, we're shadow now.
But this little handle squeals like a dinner bell.
You hear it under the rain, right? Thin and sharp?
Handle's quiet now, squeal gone, scent still masked. But those boots are on the left.
Bad run cleared, no slip, grip holds steady.
But lightning just dumped our meter into a hard reboot.
You watching that dead screen, 30 seconds of nothing.
Tags guiding. Pull stronger left. Screen can stay blank.
But that lid just blew free down the ladder.
You hear it ping each rivet like a dinner bell?
We pivot now before curiosity climbs faster.
Down safe, distraction worked, boots followed the noise.
But the beacon just surged toward that cave mouth.
You feel the hum in your ribs now, same as mine?
Across the clear cut, cover held, drums brack our outline.
But meters back at 2 and started a 5-minute window.
You see the countdown choose seconds like hail?
We reach that cave or lose alignment tonight.
Windows live. Drums behind us. Cave mouth ahead. Stay with me.
But those echoing calls just doubled, intervals stacking weirdly.
Bead's quiet, no more clacks giving us away.
But do you smell that rising sulfur in the draft?
Keep your breath shallow. If eyes water, we back 2 paces, agreed?
Spark filter on, eyes clear, we can keep moving.
But the beacon just forked, left pace tight, right pace slow.
You take left counts, I will tap right beats onto stone.
Left reads true. Intervals aligned. We commit to this tunnel.
But feel that floor tremor rolling up the bones?
Windows thinning. 90 seconds maybe. Keep heads low and steady.
If stones chatter, we freeze mid-step.
Alignment lock. Signal. We've got our map tonight.
But see these fresh 3-toe prints cutting the wet grit?
Tracks buried, stalagmite mass covers our passage clean.
But that lantern glow just blinked from the fissure wall.
You see tag muted, hum softened, bark seal holding.
But that dog growl is sliding straight toward us.
You smell the musk riding drap.
Diversion set. Dog chase the pine cone, echo clean.
But the tag is heating fast, even under bark.
You feel it pulse harder than the storm.
Tag's cooling. Safe distance. Skin feels less singed.
But these moving symbols just lit across the chamber wall.
You reading
Maps on charcoal, symbols copied. That solves the wall, surprise.
But the tag just synced and kicked some kind of drone grid.
Tag powered down, grid hum dropping, good, we cut the sync.
But I hear rangers whispering permits and a midnight sweep.
You catching illegal between static or am I storm paranoid?
Midnight clock means we are on borrowed thunder.
Tag stowed, quiet again. We are clear of that grid trigger.
But these widening fractures just started a slow rock fall.
Side vent holds, debris dodged, ceiling stays above us.
But those calls just compressed, 30 steps of breathing on us.
Count with me, every 3rd step we pause on thunder.
If I sneeze, we subtract 2.
Made the lip, countdown beaten, lungs burning but intact.
But lightning just outlined a 3-toe figure across the creek.
Shadow held, no splash, no silhouette, we're smaller than wind.
But it just copied my wind mark with needles.
You saw that too,
Same angle, same pinch, same tilt.
We assume smart neighbor, not monster.
Decoy laid, real trail bent, respect the mimic, keep distance.
But layered calls just stack tighter behind the ridge.
Upstream quiet, pulse intact, we keep the beacon in chest.
But meter fell to 1%, breadcrumb taps just armed.
You count the taps with thunder, I'll keep cadence.
Miss a beat, we light ourselves up.
Tag hidden, taps masked by thunder, we're still mostly smoke.
But our neighbor just matched cadence. Same
4-beat offered, see? We can choose quiet over teeth.
But that hum means triangulation just loved our rhythm.
You feel the grid crawling the sky like cold.
Cover found. Canopy and mud drop our heat print.
But lanterns are closing fast along the creek line. You keep counting pulses, I'll count those yellow eyes.
If a moth hits my nose, I'm blaming the grid.
Shine dodged. Bead hidden. Their lantern sweep glances past us.
But that receiver just locked inside 50 meters.
Tag buried. Ping should lose us under root tangle.
But the creek is jumping banks, rising fast now.
You stepping high with me? 2 stones at a time?
If I slip, blame river soap, not my feet.
High ground gained. Out of the creek's wrist grab now.
But our 3-toed neighbor is mirroring, step for step.
You see the shoulders tilt with mine, not
Peace offered, bead down, hands open, stillness accepted. But the grid heard our shared rhythm and is dropping.
Scan muffled grid can't see through rock and river.
But this loose grade'll sing if it kicks free.
You hold your breath with me on thunder beats.
Rattle gone, great stilled, we're a whisper again.
But radio just called a 2-minute thermal sweep.
You feel that clock chewing at our pulse count.
We choose shadow deeper or sprint for road.
Evidence grab card secured, that's tonight's receipts. But meter dropped into 60-second ghost mode, no screen, just taps. You count every 3rd beat, I'll feel the cadence. When ghost ends, we move or we cook.
Ghost ticking, 30 beats left, we're dark to scanners.
But our neighbor just offered pine like a truce.
You smell the resin sharp enough to drown our scent?
Flood surge is coming, pick truce or pride.
High ground gained, scent buried under resin, that worked.
But the resin glow just lit us to the
You
grid.
hear the web tighten as the buzz gets fangs?
We ditch the bow or become a glow.
Resin glow's gone, bow ditched, we're darker again.
Mud coat set. Heat print should re-roll. But radio just thermal sweep. 60 seconds ticking.
You feel the countdown? Card shows routes, dates, faces, that's leverage.
But the meter just kicked an alignment upload countdown.
You hold the numbers, I'll hold my breath.
We feed it now or lose the map.
Upload live, bar creeping, alignment stabilizing, barely.
But a door just squealed. Boots on the berm now.
You hear gravel crackle in those careful steps?
Upload done, map saved, that clang should draw them downhill.
But a drone just painted us with a spotlight.
You see the beam stitch rain like needles?
Shadow run or free statue still?
Rig clamp, line of sight broken, shadow buys us seconds.
But the drone just armed thermal, 10 seconds ticking.
You count down with thunder while I chill my chest.
Cold mud beats hot fur tonight.
Mud coat set, thermal reads creek cold again.
But that truck is easing back. Bumper breathing on us.
Distraction work, truck noses forward, space returns.
But meter wants alignment verification. 45 seconds.
You keep the count, I'll prep the tag. Handshake green, map secured, that's the hard part.
But the drone just opened a net, humming bad news.
You hear those threads sing like bees?
We move on thunder or wear a web.
Gap cut, net slipping, we're not gift wrapped tonight.
But the chest strap is fraying fast, hear that, Taryn?
You keep counting pulses while I brace the rig.
If it snaps, we black out and crawl.
Strap laced, rig stable, noddles biting clean. But those patrol lanterns are drifting back this way.
You hold your breath with mine on thunder counts.
Lanterns skated by, idle noise hit our hearts. But the meter just died, no screen, only taps.
You count the pulses with me.
Cadence remembered, route stays true without a screen.
But hear that strap squeak creeping back again.
You heard this song before, we fix it smarter.
Noisy gear writes tickets for predators. Squeak gone, moss works, we're ghost again.
But pulse just accelerated, 90-second window armed.
You count tight, I'll move when thunder counts 5.
Objective stands, follow pulse, remain unnoticed.
Mounted again, hands free, cadence locked by feel.
But the grid just brightened, sniffing our sudden surge.
You hear that web tighten over the ridge?
Cover found, windfall breaks the grid's hungry lattice.
But Cadence just dragged a poacher quad onto the utility easement.
You hear that 2-stroke chatter cut. Quad cleared, easement noise dropping, hold the calm.
But the windfall just shivered. Trunk wants to roll.
You count thunder beats, I will brace with a stone.
No pancake Bigfoot tonight. Jam holds. Trunk settled. We keep our ribs.
But the window died, only tactile pulses guide us now.
You tap with me. Thunder on 5, move on 6.
Cadence true, pulses and creek hush agree.
But a flare just lit the sky. 1-minute sweep. You see shadows flipping like cards up there?
Shine killed, root ball shielded, we're dull as wet bark. But thunder just paused, 15 seconds of silence gap.
Silence survived, heart slow, breath hidden. But now ranger silhouettes patrol the ridgeline. You count 3 shapes against lightning, same as me?
Downslope crawl, fern cloak hold, scent drowned.
But that flare just rolled straight toward the bead. Glow smothered, flare dead, bead safe again. But smoke curls up, flagging us to the drone. You hear the hum stiffen above the ridge?
Cover gained, cedars drip heavy, shadow wide.
But pulse is fading, just rhythm in my ribs now.
You feel it too, bone to bone? Map's last light might be memory.
Rest on stone. Quiet proves stronger than chase.
But Storm just flashed a second beacon in the valley. Coordinates etched, the second beacon stays mapped without pursuit.
But a childlike whisper just spoke my name from below.
You heard it too.